Inside the latest blow-up, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's heated home arguments making headlines.
Yeah, we're just gonna do some more specials and keep you on a first look deal in case you guys get divorced.
Harry and Meghan divorce rumors reach fever pitch.
Same, that posse of pathetic sycophants.
She'll
They're going,
say-
oh, look, amazing, look.
It's embarrassing.
Look, she's made a salad.
Meghan is a massive scam artist.
Harry's family can't stand him and don't talk to him anymore. No one talks to him because they don't trust him anymore.
She was
She's
after
keeping
William
this
first,
up.
apparently, before he got married.
Well, let's not act like that whole trip to England wasn't to actually find a British husband.
Meghan would be a lot richer as a divorcee than she currently is, wouldn't she?
Oh, look, I put some string around some biscuits and, oh, look, I'm crumbling cheese. And us all going, oh, wow, that's amazing. It's the second coming.
The silence around Meghan Markle right now? Deafening. And it's not just any silence, it's the kind of silence that screams louder than a public statement. While Prince Harry is being ripped apart by the most devastating scandal of his life since stepping away from the royal family, Meghan has vanished into thin air. Think about it. This is Meghan Markle, the same woman who built her entire brand on speaking out, on being bold, on finding her voice. Remember her Oprah moment? Remember how she said she finally found the freedom to speak her truth after leaving the royal family? Yet here we are, at a time when her husband is drowning in a scandal that threatens not just his name, but the legacy of his mother, Princess Diana, and Meghan has nothing to say, not a word, not a whisper. And let's be clear, this isn't some minor headline Harry is dealing with. No, this is the Sentebale disaster. The very charity he built to honor Diana's memory, to continue her humanitarian mission, is collapsing right in front of him. Bullying allegations, mass resignations, donations drying up faster than California in a heat wave. This isn't just a bruise to his reputation, it's a total implosion. Here's the cruel irony. The man who once risked everything to defend Meghan, who broke royal protocol, burned bridges with his own family, and went to war against the press, now finds himself utterly alone. And Meghan, she's busy flaunting Netflix deals and selling lifestyle products as if her husband's world isn't in flames. This isn't just a marriage under stress. This feels like a calculated move, a deliberate abandonment that exposes Meghan's true priorities. Even royal historian Dr. Tessa Dunlop, once sympathetic to the Sussexes, has broken ranks. She didn't hold back. Her words have set royal circles ablaze. Dunlop is calling out Meghan's silence, branding it what everyone else is too scared to say: betrayal. The same Meghan who pushed Harry to burn every bridge to his family, the same Meghan who insisted she was his fiercest protector, has now walked away when he needs her the most. While Harry's reputation crumbles, Meghan is carefully distancing herself, pretending none of this touches her. And the whispers coming out of Montecito? Explosive. Insiders claim the silence isn't accidental. It's strategic. Meghan's carefully cultivated Hollywood brand can't afford Harry's mess. Once upon a time, he was the golden prince who elevated her, made her relevant on a global stage. Now, he's a liability, damaged goods. And here's where it gets even juicier. Rumors are swirling about a divorce memoir. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently, Meghan's camp has been testing the waters with publishers, quietly exploring just how much her Harry tell-all could fetch. Imagine the woman who gave us the Oprah interview coming back with a divorce bombshell. Netflix executives would be falling over themselves to sign the deal. But let's step back for a second. This isn't just about Harry and Meghan's marriage, it's about the catastrophe that the Sentebale scandal has become. Harry created this charity in his mother's honor, a legacy meant to uplift vulnerable children in Lesotho and Botswana, yet now it's become the very thing destroying him. The allegations are damning. Former chairwoman Dr. Sophie Chandaka painted a brutal picture. Harry as a controlling, vengeful man who turned on her simply because she wouldn't play PR shield for Meghan. According to her, Harry pressured her to defend Meghan publicly during controversies. When she refused, saying she wasn't going to be used as a propaganda tool, that's when everything soured. From that moment, she claims Harry plotted against her, creating such a hostile environment that she was eventually forced out. And even though the formal bullying allegations against Harry were dismissed, the damage? Nuclear. His name is now tied to mismanagement, vendettas, and chaos. The glowing prince, once seen as Diana's heir in Compassion, is now painted as petty, vindictive, and reckless. Donors are fleeing. Staff are quitting. The charity is bleeding money and credibility. And whispers are growing louder that Sentebale might not survive this scandal at all. Imagine that. The very organization Harry once poured his heart into, his proof that he could stand tall outside the royal bubble, may collapse before his eyes. And Through it all, Meghan's silence is louder than any words could ever be. Make no mistake, Meghan Markle's silence isn't just her being busy. This is strategy. This is image management at its coldest. When Harry was at the peak of his crisis, when every newspaper was screaming headlines about the Sentebale scandal, where was Meghan? Nowhere, no statements, no Instagram posts standing by her man, not even a supportive public appearance. The same woman who branded herself as a fearless fighter for justice suddenly went mute. And here's what makes it even more chilling. Meghan has never been shy when it comes to using her platform. She had endless words for Oprah when it was time to slam the royals. She had plenty to say when promoting her failed podcast. She could gush for days when launching her overpriced lifestyle products. But when Harry, her husband, is accused of bullying, when his reputation is torn to shreds, suddenly nothing. Silence. Insiders say it's because Meghan views the Sentebale scandal as toxic. It doesn't fit with her carefully polished Hollywood humanitarian persona. The Meghan brand is about elegance, lifestyle, philanthropy, clean, glossy, marketable. Harry's current reputation? A liability. A messy, unpredictable storm she wants no part of. And the timing couldn't be more telling. While Sentebale crumbled, Meghan was coincidentally busy with product launches and Netflix announcements, carefully staged Instagram posts, polished branding moments, even a strategically sold-out product line to dominate positive press. All this while Harry was crucified in the media. Think about that for a moment. This is the same Meghan who once demanded Harry cut ties with lifelong friends and even family because they didn't fit her brand. He gave up decades of relationships for her, but now when the tables turn, when Harry needs her loyalty more than ever, she's vanished. And let's be brutally honest, Meghan's PR machine hasn't just been silent. It's been working overtime to keep her name out of this scandal entirely. While Harry's drowning, Meghan's team has been pushing glossy updates, recipes, lifestyle tips, charity soundbites, business ventures, anything but Harry. Behind closed doors, the whispers are damning. Palace insiders claim Meghan isn't angry because Harry's being unfairly attacked. She's furious because his scandal is wrecking her carefully laid out comeback plan. After the Netflix disaster, after the podcast flop, she was finally rebuilding her image. And now, Harry's mess threatens to drag her down again. But the true gut punch? Meghan isn't lifting a finger to help. No planting positive stories, no Hollywood spin, no phone calls to journalists, nothing. She's letting him twist in the wind like a man standing alone in a storm. And the contrast with Harry's past loyalty is soul-crushing. When Meghan was attacked, Harry went nuclear. He released official palace-defying statements. He raged against the press. He cut ties with his own blood to protect her. Now, when it's his turn in the fire, Meghan's answer is silence. And people noticed, not just royal watchers, but allies. Dr. Tessa Dunlop, once one of their defenders, has turned on Meghan, and her words cut deep. Dunlop didn't mince words. She called out Meghan's hypocrisy, a woman who built her entire brand on finding her voice, now mute while her husband drowns. A woman who preached about speaking truth to power, suddenly tongue-tied when it's her own partner facing destruction. What makes this hit even harder? Dunlop wasn't some royal loyalist. She wasn't one of Meghan's critics waiting for a slip-up. She was sympathetic, understanding, even protective of the Sussexes. And for her to now go public with this scathing take? That's a turning point. A signal even supporters can no longer defend Meghan's silence. She painted Harry as the man who always fought for Meghan, even against his own family, but who is now completely abandoned. Her conclusion was chilling. Harry cuts the loneliest figure of all, a prince destroyed, while his wife focuses on selling products. And that brings us to the most staggering shift. Meghan's return to Instagram, paired with her Netflix distraction strategy. While Harry's world was burning, Meghan was posting. Carefully curated, perfectly polished, airbrushed Instagram posts, glamorous shots, staged cooking clips, perfectly lit Netflix promos, and the glaring omission, not a single word about Harry's scandal. The new Netflix deal she was so busy celebrating, a downgrade. Industry whispers say it's worth far less than their initial contract. Why? Because their first content bombed. Their documentary was panned, Meghan's lifestyle show failed, and Netflix lost interest. This new deal is a step down, but Meghan was treating it like the opportunity of a lifetime. And the posts? Oh, they were polished, all right. Perfect angles, aesthetic details. But eagle-eyed fans spotted a nasty little flaw, a bug crawling on her cookies in one of her food posts. Yes, Meghan Markle, the woman who insists details matter, missed a literal insect in her glossy content. And honestly, the symbolism couldn't be more perfect. She's obsessing over the surface, the image, the brand, but ignoring the ugly, crawling crisis eating away at her marriage. But it wasn't just bad luck. Reports claim Meghan's PR team specifically instructed her not to mention Sentebale at all. They told her associating with Harry's scandal could damage her brand. So instead, she crafted a spotless Instagram comeback designed to push Harry completely out of the narrative. Can you imagine how devastating that must have been for Harry? At his lowest, his wife rebranded herself without him. She wasn't standing by his side. She was building her own lane, her own spotlight, carefully angled so that none of his disaster touched her shine. And behind those glossy posts? Chaos. Sources say the Montecito mansion has been filled with screaming arguments. Meghan wants silence. Harry wants to fight back. She's terrified of being tainted by his scandal. He's begging her to stand by him. But Meghan isn't budging. Her brand comes first, always. As if Harry being humiliated by Sentebale wasn't devastating enough, the whispers coming out of Hollywood and publishing circles make this story downright nuclear. According to Vanity Fair, a magazine that doesn't touch wild rumors unless its lawyers comb through every word, Meghan's team has quietly been shopping around the idea of a divorce memoir. Yes, while Harry was out there laughing off divorce rumors in New York, Meghan's camp was already exploring how much her tell-all about life with a prince could fetch. And let's be honest, the numbers being whispered about are staggering. Tens of millions, maybe more. Publishers salivating at the chance to slap My Story across Meghan's face on a book cover. Netflix executives reportedly itching at the thought of turning her divorce saga into the kind of high-drama content that sells. And the silence from Harry and Meghan's side? Deafening. No denials, no legal threats, no lawsuits, nothing. Which, in this world, often speaks louder than words. If it weren't true, wouldn't they have gone nuclear to shut it down? Instead, they let it linger in the air like a cloud of smoke after an explosion. Think about what that means for Harry. The man who defended Meghan against his own bloodline, who gave up his birthright and reputation, may now be realizing that while he was fighting for their love, Meghan was already calculating the profit margins of their breakup. And let's be clear, Meghan would be far richer as a divorcee than as Harry's Duchess. A memoir, documentaries, interviews, it would be a media goldmine. She'd no longer be tethered to Harry's crumbling reputation. She'd be the survivor, the independent woman who took on the royal family and then bravely walked away from a broken marriage. The narrative writes itself, and this isn't new for Meghan. The pattern is there, plain as day. Her first husband, Trevor Engelson, gone the moment her acting career started taking off. No explanation, no face-to-face, just her wedding rings mailed back to him. Cold, strategic, done. Her celebrity chef boyfriend in Toronto, useful for red carpets and local fame until Prince Harry came calling. Then poof, discarded like last season's handbag. Her own father, Thomas Markle, who paid for her education and supported her early dreams, cut off once he became inconvenient for her royal image. Half-siblings? Discarded when they didn't fit the brand. Over and over, Meghan's relationships have followed the same brutal playbook. Useful when they serve her, gone the moment they don't. And now Harry, once her greatest asset, is being treated the same way. The golden prince who elevated her to global status is no longer golden. His shine has dulled, his reputation is radioactive. And Meghan? She's moving into self-preservation mode. And what about Harry in all of this? Let's not sugarcoat it. This is a tragedy. Not long ago, he was the most beloved royal, the people's prince, the war hero, the son who carried Diana's compassion like a torch. Everyone admired him. He was relatable, genuine, a royal who broke through the stiff traditions to feel human. His approval rating soared. Fast forward to now, he's one of the least popular royals. Even minor family members have stronger public support. The Sentebale scandal didn't just dent his reputation, it obliterated it. Former allies now whisper he's become paranoid, insecure, and increasingly erratic. Friends say he second-guesses every move. His once confident charm has withered into defensive rants and amateur hour PR disasters. And it's cruel irony that Sentebale, the charity meant to prove he could thrive outside the palace machine, is now the wreckage being used as proof he can't handle responsibility on his own. Every statement his team has put out has made things worse. Clumsy, tone-deaf, more about defending himself than saving the charity. The Harry who once inspired thousands is now seen as petty, vindictive, even incompetent. And the man who once had an army of palace staff protecting him, he's standing completely alone. No royal advisors, no press secretaries, no institution to shield him, just Harry fumbling in the dark. And most heartbreaking of all, his wife, the woman he sacrificed it all for, is silent, carefully distanced, protecting her own brand while he's shredded by the media. But don't be fooled by the glossy Instagram reels and curated Netflix teasers. Behind the walls of Montecito, things are reportedly on fire. Radar and other outlets claim Harry and Meghan are clashing daily. He wants to fight back hard, to go public and defend himself. Meghan, she wants silence. She believes that saying anything only fuels the flames and risks her brand by tying her name to his scandal. These aren't small disagreements. Sources describe them as heated arguments, voices raised, tension thick enough to choke on. Meghan allegedly resents that Harry's scandal is dragging her down just as she was rebuilding. Harry feels utterly betrayed by her refusal to stand with him. It's not just their marriage being tested, it's their entire empire. Reports say even their joint projects like the Netflix deal are plagued with last-minute changes, disagreements about content, and power struggles over who should take the spotlight. And the unspoken truth hanging in the air, Meghan might already be planning her exit.